Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Have you ever wondered whether an old coin sitting in a drawer or tucked inside a coin collection could actually be worth far more than its face value? Today, we're taking a close look at America's classic coins. Coin number 1. The 1939 Jefferson Nickel without a mint mark in very fine condition. While millions of these coins were produced, certain well-preserved examples continue to attract collectors because of their historical importance and collectible appeal. For today's discussion, we're focusing on a 1939 Philadelphia issue in very fine condition with a market value of approximately $185. If you own one of these nickels, you may have a hidden collectible waiting to be discovered. The Jefferson Nickel series began in 1938, replacing the famous Buffalo nickel. Designed by sculptor Felix Schlag, the coin features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, on the obverse. The reverse displays Jefferson's home, Monticello, a design that remained on the coin for decades. By 1939, the Jefferson nickel was only in its second year of production, making these early issues especially interesting for collectors today. The Philadelphia Mint struck more than 120 million examples in 1939, and coins from this mint carry no mint mark, unlike the Denver D or San Francisco S versions. One of the first things collectors notice is the absence of a mint mark. On Jefferson nickels from this era, a missing mint mark simply means the coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. To confirm this, turn the coin over and look beside Monticello. If there is no D or S, you have the Philadelphia issue. Many beginners mistakenly believe that every coin without a mint mark is rare. But in reality, rarity depends on the date, condition, and whether the coin has any important die varieties or striking errors. Now let's talk about the very fine condition. A 1939 Jefferson nickel graded. Very fine has experienced moderate circulation, but still retains many important design details. Jefferson's hair remains well-defined, with numerous strands visible. His eye, peaked jawline, and facial features are clear. On the reverse, Monticello shows strong architectural details, including visible windows, columns, and much of the building's outline. Although the famous steps beneath Monticello may not be completely visible, the coin still presents an attractive appearance that collectors appreciate. The coin is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, weighs 5 grams, has a diameter of 21.2 millimeters, and features a plain edge. Unlike the wartime nickels produced between 1942 and 1945, the 1939 Jefferson nickel contains no silver. These specifications remained consistent for regular Jefferson nickels throughout the pre-war years. Collectors are especially interested in 1939 Jefferson nickels because this year includes several fascinating varieties. The Philadelphia issue can sometimes be found with the famous reverse of 1938 doubled Monticello or other recognized die varieties. These rare varieties can sell for dramatically higher prices than ordinary examples when authenticated by professional grading services. Careful examination with a magnifying glass may reveal unusual doubling in the lettering or reverse details that could significantly increase the coin's value. If you think you found a 1939 Jefferson nickel, avoid cleaning it under any circumstances. Cleaning permanently damages the original surface and can greatly reduce its collector value. Professional collectors prefer coins with natural aging and untouched surfaces. Even a lightly cleaned coin can lose much of its desirability when submitted for grading. Store the coin in a protective holder and handle it only by the edges to preserve its condition. Professional grading services such as PCGS and NGC evaluate coins for authenticity, condition, and special designations. Certified coins often inspire greater confidence among buyers because the grade has been independently verified. If your 1939 Jefferson nickel appears especially sharp or displays unusual characteristics, professional grading may be worth considering before offering it for sale. Where can collectors find these coins today? Many are discovered in inherited collections, old coin albums, estate sales as antique stores, flea markets, or forgotten coin jars. Although most circulated examples are common, finding an attractive early Jefferson nickel is always exciting. Careful searching can sometimes reveal overlooked varieties or higher-grade pieces that command stronger premiums. As collector interest in classic American coinage continues to grow, early Jefferson nickels remain an affordable and historically significant series to collect. Their connection to American history, elegant design, and the possibility of discovering valuable varieties make them popular among both beginning and experienced numismatists. So before you spend an old nickel, take a closer look. A simple 1939 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark could represent an important piece of American history. Examine the date carefully, verify that no mint mark appears beside Monticello, evaluate the condition honestly, and watch for unusual doubling or other collectible varieties. With patience, knowledge, and careful examination, an ordinary-looking 5-cent coin might become one of the most interesting treasures in your collection. Coin number 2. The 1947 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark in brown condition, a fascinating post-World War II coin that continues to attract collectors across the United States. For this video, we are using a market value of approximately $173 for this collectible example. Whether you're a beginner coin collector or an experienced numismatist, stay with us as we explore the history, design, specifications, condition, rarity, and collecting tips for this classic American 5-cent coin. The 1947 Jefferson nickel was struck just 2 years after the end of World War II. During the war, the United States Mint temporarily changed the composition of nickels to include silver in order to conserve nickel metal for military production. However, beginning in 1946, the mint returned to the traditional alloy of 75% copper and 25% nickel. The 1947 issue therefore represents one of the earliest post-war Jefferson nickels made with the standard copper-nickel composition that collectors know today. These coins remain an important part of American numismatic history because they symbolize the nation's return to normal coin production after wartime changes. The Jefferson nickel was originally introduced in 1938 to replace the Buffalo nickel. Designed by the talented sculptor Felix Schlag, the obverse features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States. The reverse displays Jefferson's famous Virginia estate, Monticello, along with the inscriptions E pluribus unum, Monticello, 5 cents, and United States of America. This beautiful design remained largely unchanged for decades and became one of the longest-running coin designs in American history. One important feature of today's coin is that it has no mint mark. For the 1947 Jefferson nickel, the absence of a mint mark means it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Philadelphia-produced nickels during this period carried no mint mark, while coins from Denver displayed a D, and those from San Francisco carried an S. Approximately 95 million Philadelphia nickels were produced in 1947, making them relatively common in circulated grades, although attractive collectible examples remain popular with collectors. Now let's discuss the brown condition mentioned for this coin. While brown is not an official grading term for Jefferson nickels, many collectors and online sellers use it to describe coins that have developed attractive natural brown, golden, or dark toning over decades of circulation and storage. This original color can give a vintage appearance and often makes the coin more visually appealing than one that has been cleaned or polished. Natural toning is generally preferred over artificial cleaning because it preserves the originality of the coin. Looking closely at the coin's design, Jefferson's portrait still displays recognizable facial details, including his hair, eye, nose, and jawline. On the reverse, Monticello remains clearly visible with its distinctive columns and roofline. Even if moderate wear is present, a naturally toned example with pleasing eye appeal can still attract significant interest from collectors. The specifications of the 1947 Jefferson nickel are straightforward but important. The coin weighs 5.00 grams, measures 21.2 millimeters in diameter, has a plain edge, and is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel. Unlike wartime nickels produced from late 1942 through 1945, the 1947 issue contains no silver, despite sometimes developing a bright silver-like appearance from circulation or lighting. Many collectors search carefully for varieties and striking errors among 1,947 Jefferson nickels. Although the regular Philadelphia issue is common, certain die varieties, full steps examples, and unusually well-preserved coins command much stronger prices in the collector market. Coins with original surfaces, minimal damage, and exceptional detail are always in greater demand than heavily worn examples. Before selling any unusual specimen, it is wise to have it examined by a professional grading service. If you own one of these nickels, resist the temptation to clean it. Cleaning removes the original surface and can permanently reduce its collector value. Experienced numismatists almost always prefer coins with natural toning and untouched surfaces. Store your coin in a protective holder and handle it only by the edges to preserve its condition for years to come. Many collectors discover valuable Jefferson nickels in inherited collections, estate sales, antique shops, coin albums, flea markets, or even old change jars. While finding an ordinary 1,947 nickel is not uncommon, discovering one with exceptional preservation, beautiful natural toning, or a desirable variety can be an exciting and rewarding experience. The Jefferson Nickel series remains one of the most affordable and enjoyable U.S. coin collections to build. Because it spans many decades and includes numerous varieties, mint marks, and condition rarities, collectors of all experience levels continue searching for outstanding examples. The 1947 Philadelphia issue represents an important chapter in America's post-war coinage history and remains a favorite among many enthusiasts. Before spending an old nickel, take a few moments to inspect it carefully. Check the date, verify that there is no mint mark, examine the overall condition, and look for attractive original toning or unusual striking characteristics. Even a coin that has circulated for decades could still become an important addition to your collection. Coin number 3. The 1961 Jefferson Nickel with the D mint mark in very fine condition. For this discussion, we'll use a market value of approximately $153. Whether you are an experienced coin collector or someone who has just discovered an old nickel in a family collection, this guide will help you understand why this classic coin continues to attract attention. The 1961 Jefferson Nickel was struck during an exciting period in American history. The United States was entering a new decade marked by technological innovation, the beginning of the space age, and major economic growth. While historic events were unfolding across the country, the United States Mint continued producing millions of Jefferson nickels for everyday circulation. These coins became part of daily life, passing through countless hands in grocery stores, restaurants, banks, and businesses across America. The Jefferson Nickel series first appeared in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. The coin was designed by Felix Schlag, whose winning design featured a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, on the front. The reverse showcases Jefferson's famous Virginia estate, Monticello, one of the most recognizable buildings ever featured on an American coin. This classic design remained in use for decades and has become one of the most familiar coins in U.S. history. One of the most important identifying features of this coin is the D mint mark. The letter D indicates that the coin was struck at the Denver Mint. On 1961 Jefferson nickels, the mint mark appears on the reverse of the coin beside Monticello. During 1961, the Denver Mint produced more than 229 million Jefferson nickels, making it the largest producer of nickels that year. Although many survive today, collectors always seek examples with strong detail and attractive preservation. Now let's discuss what very fine condition means. A Jefferson nickel graded very fine has clearly seen circulation, but much of its original design remains visible. Jefferson's hair still shows noticeable detail, and the outline of his face, eye, nose, and jaw are easily recognized. On the reverse, Monticello remains bold, with its columns, windows, roofline, and architectural features still visible despite moderate wear. Although the famous steps beneath Monticello may show wear, the overall appearance remains pleasing and collectible. The specifications of the 1961 with D Jefferson Nickel are simple but important. The coin weighs 5 grams, measures 21.2 millimeters in diameter, has a plain edge, and is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel. Unlike the wartime Jefferson nickels minted from 1942 through 1945, the 1961 issue contains no silver. These standard specifications helped maintain consistency throughout much of the Jefferson nickel series. Collectors also pay close attention to the quality of the strike. Interestingly, many 1961 with D Jefferson nickels were struck from worn dies, meaning fully detailed examples are surprisingly difficult to locate. Coins displaying complete full steps on Monticello are considered significant condition rarities and can sell for thousands of dollars in high mint state grades. While a very fine circulated example is much more common, it remains an enjoyable addition to any Jefferson nickel collection. If you own one of these coins, never clean it. Cleaning removes the original mint surface and often leaves tiny scratches that reduce collector value. Professional numismatists strongly prefer coins that have remained in their natural state, even if they show decades of circulation. A naturally toned coin is almost always more desirable than one that has been polished or altered. Many collectors search through inherited collections, bankrolls, estate sales, flea markets, antique stores, and old coin albums hoping to discover overlooked Jefferson nickels. Since millions of these coins circulated across America during the 1960s, examples still appear in unexpected places. Careful examination of every coin can sometimes reveal valuable varieties, doubled dies, repunched mint marks, or unusually well-preserved specimens. Professional grading services such as PCGS and NGC evaluate coins based on wear, strike quality, luster, and surface preservation. A certified coin gives buyers confidence that the coin is authentic and accurately graded. If your 1961D Jefferson nickel appears unusually sharp or has exceptional eye appeal, professional grading may be worth considering before selling it. Building a Jefferson nickel collection remains one of the most affordable and rewarding areas of coin collecting. The series covers many decades of American history and includes numerous mint marks, varieties, and condition rarities. Even common dates become fascinating when collectors learn to recognize subtle differences in strike quality, preservation, and minting characteristics. Before spending any old nickel, take a few moments to inspect it carefully. Look for the 1961 date, confirm the D mint mark, examine Jefferson's portrait, study the details on Monticello, and check for unusual errors or strong strike characteristics. Even a seemingly ordinary 5-cent coin may hold far greater value than expected. Thank you for watching today's detailed guide to the 1961 with D Jefferson nickel in very fine condition. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable Jefferson nickels, Lincoln cents, Washington quarters, Roosevelt dimes, and other collectible U.S. coins, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Every week we bring you new coin discoveries, market values, rare mint errors, collecting tips, and hidden treasures that could be sitting in your pocket change. Happy collecting, and we'll see you in the next video.